Hello, and welcome back to Alice Talks Football, and welcome back to another live Manchester United news, transfer news, and update news show where we're going to be discussing all the news ahead of game day. It is match day, and there is a lot of positive news coming out ahead of match day. We've also got updates on players that Ruben Amorim's been asked about. We've got updates on youth players like Shea Lacey, Diego Leon, their plans for the future. Shea Lacey said to be in the squad, and all of that. We'll also positive news stories coming in ahead of game day, which is a must-win game, and that is Cunha back. Bruno was rumoured to be potentially missing the game through injury, and he's said to be back in the starting 11. And I mean that we are playing West Ham, and then we've got Wolves coming up. And I have to say, if you look at the Premier League table, if we don't win today, I'm going to be fuming. I'm sorry, West Ham made Liverpool look good. I know West Ham treat Man United as their cup final, but if we don't win today, I'm actually going to be pretty annoyed. I can't lie to you guys. We have to be beating West Ham at home. These games like Everton, 10-men Everton that get battered by Newcastle, we can't beat them. Nottingham Forest, we drop points to them. The Tottenham side that have been crap, we drop points to them. We've got to be winning. We've got to be winning this game today, because you know what happens if we win? Sunderland drop points, Chelsea drop points, Brighton dropping points. If we win 24 points, that puts us in 5th, equal with Chelsea if we win, and we're on 24 points. That puts us 4 points off second. 24 points. That puts us in a really nice place in the table. The league is different this year. Look at Bournemouth on 19 points. 19 points. 19 to 24. There is 6 points separating 14th to the top 4. This is fine margins. Any one of these teams from 14th upwards could sneak 5th, 6th place. Any of these teams. And if you can't beat 10-men Everton, if you can't beat relegation-bound West Ham, I know who have looked better under a new manager, then we don't deserve to be anywhere up there. We've got West Ham and Wolves. These should be back-to-back wins. Wolves have got 2 points all season. My head, if we are the team to give Wolves their first win of the season, Wolves are on track to break the record to be the worst team in Premier League history. 14 games without a win. I swear, if we are the team that gives Wolves their first win of the season, I will go ballistic. We've got them on Monday. We've got West Ham today. But, man, Wolves and West Ham should be back-to-back wins. Back-to-back wins. That's 6 points. Could be on 27 points. All of a sudden, we could be sitting in 4th. We could be sitting in 4th this time next week if we beat 2 of the worst teams in the league. This is the test for Ruben Amorim, because we don't always beat the crap teams. We don't always beat the crap teams. We do better, I feel like, against the better teams. We don't show up against the crap teams. Brentford, not that they're a crap team, but we didn't show up against them. Forest, we didn't show up against them. Burnley, we almost dropped points in that game. Fulham's been crap this season. We didn't show up. We got to win these next 2 games. We've absolutely got to win these next 2 games. I don't want excuses. I'm thinking we win these next 2 games, we're on 27 points. And we go into Christmas period looking really good. Because you've got to remember, we've got AFCON after these next 2 games. And we're not going to have Mbuma, we're not going to have Ahmad. So if we don't win these next 2 games, which are winnable, easy games with our full squad, we're then going to have some harder games like Villa, who are on an insane run, Aston Villa, without Ahmad and Mbuma and Mazraoui. We're going to have some harder games coming up. So we've got to win these next 2 games. I think they're must-wins as well. Alice, careful. People are sensitive. If you criticise Amorim, they'll call you toxic fan. I know, if we lose to West Ham or Wolves, and I criticise the manager, I'll be called names. But we need to have standards. I seen someone saying, it's a project, West Ham and Wolves, if we win one, I'm happy. I've seen people say that. No, we should be winning both. We should be winning both. And we're the first team that gave Spurs a trophy, man. We should be winning both. United West Ham only game tonight. Yeah. I tell you what, we keep playing on Mondays. Do you know what? I like Monday evenings. I go out on Monday evenings because, I don't get Saturday evenings because of the football. Do you know what I mean? Because I work Saturday evenings, which I'm privileged to be working in football, don't get me wrong. I love having a Monday evening off because Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, you've got UCL Europa League. Saturday, Monday and Fridays are my evenings to chill. And we've got like Monday game. They keep putting us on the Mondays, which also isn't fair for the fans that go to Old Trafford. Because imagine you work 9 till 6, you've got to get to Old Trafford till 8, you won't get home till maybe 11. They keep putting us on Mondays. It's ridiculous at the moment. But look, I can rant all I want, but I actually want to talk about the game and the squad and everything. If you are new to the channel, by the way, I do like these interactive live shows on game day after the games where we just ramble in my live shows, and then I do 10-minute news videos. So the 10-minute videos, we just get straight to the news, straight to the point. My live streams is more about getting people involved in the chat, rambling, getting through the news, getting through the updates. But pick up everybody, do smash the likes. 3-1 win. Score predictions, people. Mainoo needs to start. If Bruno was out injured, then Mainoo had to start. But Bruno is set to start now. But yeah, for me, I would. What I mean by Mainoo starting is I would start Mainoo over Agate if Bruno's injured. Do you know what I mean? But if Bruno's fit, then that's what happens. Anyway, I was just checking a message I got to see if it was about updates, because I'm talking to somebody who's got a bit of new team news. But I was seeing if he was going to give me any updates on the team. There's a few team leaks, but he's waiting to confirm them. Anyway, I want to talk about it. So Bruno Fernandes is set to be back, and Cunha is set to go right back into the starting 11. So let's talk about the team. Oh, that's the wrong screen. Let's talk about the team news ahead of the game. And I want to talk about Lacey. I want to talk about Diego Leon, plans for those guys, exciting future. But I'm obviously asking 3-1, 1-1 or 1-0 or 0-1. West Ham, I'm going to say this now. West Ham treat going to Old Trafford like a cup final. Man United is West Ham's cup final every year. I swear. They put in that stinky performance versus Liverpool, and they're going to put in the performance of their life at Old Trafford. You just know it with West Ham. But they are crap. They've looked better under Nuno, but they're crap. We're going to dominate possession, which is not good for us. We should be beating West Ham 2-0. 2-0. We don't keep clean sheets. 1-1. My head says it's going to be a 1-1 draw, and it's going to be 2 nasty points dropped. But I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to go 2-1. I'm going to back us to win. We should be winning. Yeah. But let's dive into it. 3-0 United would be nice. A lot of 3-1s. A lot of people aren't backing us to get the clean sheet. Be nice to score 3 goals, get Cunha back on the score sheet. 3-1. Sesko and Maguire out. If Cunha's back, will he be starting over Mount and Zirkzee? Well, apparently, Cunha is set to start. Ruben Amorim said that United have picked up a couple injuries since their trip to South London, so Cunha is likely to return to the starting 11 for the home fixture against West Ham on Thursday. So apparently Cunha is set to start today. Despite rumours of Bruno being out of the knock, Bruno is also set to start today. So I would assume that maybe Zirkzee's dropped, but then Mason Mount played his first 90 minutes in over 2 years. So if Mason Mount's played 90 minutes at the weekend, something tells me Mason Mount's going to be dropped. Because I think if Mason Mount only played his first 90 minutes in like 2.5 years at the weekend, something tells me he can't play another 90 minutes 3 days later. So there is a part of me that thinks Cunha left 10, Zirkzee up top, and Bruno right 10. I think maybe Mount will be dropped for fitness, because apparently Cunha's going straight back in the starting 11 and Bruno's fit. And Zirkzee scored a goal, and and I think Cunha's better at left 10, so maybe Mount is dropped. I know Mount is teacher's pet, but we are very careful with his minutes. I tell you what, we should buy Baleba and Elliot Anderson, I assume is what you mean. We should definitely be all over Elliot Anderson, and if Baleba's price drops, we should be over Baleba. Baleba's been crap this season. He's been atrocious. He's been benched. He's been hooked. But Baleba had a good game versus Villa. Baleba did have a good game versus Aston Villa. Probably one of his best games of the season. So maybe Baleba's turned a corner. We will see. Cunha needs to start scoring. 1 goal by December is poor. I know he's had injuries and been misused by Amorim, but 1 goal isn't what we expected. I agree. But I also look at some of Cunha's performances. The Arsenal game, he didn't get a goal or assist. He was very good. The Burnley game, he didn't get a goal or assist. He was very good. The Fulham game, he didn't get a goal or assist. He was very good. The Liverpool game, he didn't get a goal or assist, and he was man of the match. He's also missed a lot of games for injury. He's only actually played, I think he's only started 7 games for us this season. So I think, look, you'd like Cunha, like, you want more than 1. Ruben Amorim has said that Cunha is thinking too much about numbers and needs to just focus on his general play. I think his general play is okay. But yeah, I think Cunha's goal numbers need to be up. But like Cunha has been quite good despite low goal numbers. You know, like we look at that, like the Liverpool performance when he was man of the match. We look at the Arsenal performance, the Burnley performance before he was injured. For the most part, Cunha has been pretty good. But yes, the numbers could be better. You can argue that with Sesko as well. The numbers could be better, but we don't get crazy numbers. Not saying Cunha's played badly, but one goal by December. Yeah, I mean, for the money you pay, you want more than one goal by December. I completely agree. He's not been bad, but you want more goals, 100%. So let's talk about the other news. Bruno Fernandes is set to be in the squad today against West Ham. That was said by Sully. So there was reports that Bruno was going to be out. There was reports that Bruno was going to miss the match. But it's believed that he will be back in the squad, and by squad, starting 11. So I think Man United fans will be very happy to hear that Bruno and Cunha will be back for this game. I think if we had no Bruno, Cunha, Sesko, Maguire, we'd be thinking, where are the goals coming from? Because Maguire is one of our best goal scorers. Bruno is our best creator. Where are the goals coming from? And Bruno can't do it all without all those guys. Yeah, so that is very good news. I mean, it could have been an opportunity for Mainoo, but I know people say Bruno's the problem and Bruno holds us back, and I know that people don't like Bruno, but like we are so crap when Bruno doesn't play. The last time Bruno didn't play, we went 2-0 down to Grimsby. The last time Bruno didn't play in the league, we went 2-0 down to Newcastle. That was the game that Zirkzee got booed off. And the last time Ten Hag didn't have Bruno, we lost to 4-0 to Crystal Palace. So people can give Bruno all the shite that they want, but we are so bad without him. Bruno being back is brilliant news because those games without him is awful. Awful. I thought Bruno being out mean Mainoo get a chance to play, which I'm not like, to be honest, if there's a game to throw Mainoo in, it is this game. If there's a game where we're going to rest Bruno, he's picked up a knock, this is a midweek game, let's not risk him, and throw Mainoo in, this is the game. This is the game. I think it could be Bruno Agate today. I think with Casemiro on a suspension, he may rest him, but then he might think, well, we've got bottom of the league Wolves next. If Casemiro is going to pick up a yellow card, he'll miss the Wolves game. Maybe that's the game to miss Casemiro in. I'm not sure. But then I'm also like, if we've got Wolves on Monday, he might want to rest players ahead of Wolves on Monday. But Wolves are so bad. They've only got 2 points all season. That it's like playing. Wolves are already in the Championship. So, we know what Ruben Amorim could do. He can beat the sides that get relegated. He beat Ipswich, he beat Southampton, and he beat Leicester last season. And that's why we actually stayed up, because we beat those sides. And Ruben Amorim can beat the relegation sides. And Wolves is a guaranteed relegation side. So maybe he doesn't think he needs to rotate and rest ahead of Wolves. I don't know. Maybe. It'll be interesting to see if we get any rotation. I think if there's rotation, it will be Mount, because he can't play 290 minutes. Maybe we see one of Mainoo or Agate get start. I wouldn't be shocked if one of the Mainoo or Agate got start. I wouldn't be shocked if one of them got start. Because I do think Wolves on Monday, it's not a big break. Yeah. Mainoo start and you can bet on it. I'd love to see Mainoo start. I wouldn't start Mainoo and Bruno deep together. I'd play Bruno further up and start Mainoo with one of Cass or Agate. You never know. He might fully rotate and go put Mainoo and Agate in the midfield and do something different. I do fancy Mainoo this match. I think it would be a match for Mainoo, but I just don't think Amorim will. I don't think Amorim will. Yeah. What's your thoughts on Mbeumo? He's been mint. Mbeumo is mint, isn't he? I would like to see Luke Shaw at left wing back. I'm worried he doesn't have the legs for it, and I don't think he could play left wing back for 90 minutes. But I'd love to see 15 minutes of him trial at left wing back just to see what he can do. In terms of Luke Shaw, I think Luke Shaw could be rested. I think we could see an Aiden Heaven or Mazraoui start in the back line. I think Luke Shaw could definitely be rested. It was said by Ruben Amorim that we need to be careful and control Luke Shaw's workload, not give him too many minutes. He's adapted well to the position. Sometimes he plays with the ball like a fullback. He's very intelligent. Maybe Luke Shaw and Mason Mount get rested just because of their injury issues. Ruben Amorim said that he believes that Luke Shaw is a world-class player. It's just the injuries that let him down. He needs more continuity. We're only playing one match per week, and that's helping Luke Shaw a lot. If he needs 3 days to recover, that's not the case. But if he needed it, we could grant it to him and all of that. He's suggesting that Luke Shaw's not going to be dropped because he doesn't need 3 days to recover. But, he's saying that Luke Shaw is doing very well. But, Luke Shaw and Mason Mount, Man United have worked very hard to control that workload on Luke Shaw and Mason Mount to try and avoid injuries. I want to talk about something positive before we talk about, the youth's positive as well, until we get into other stuff. But I tell you what, if we are the team to give Wolves. I know West Ham's tonight, and we should be talking about West Ham. But I swear, Ruben Amorim, if you give Wolves their first win of the season, I will lose my mind. I'm having these fears that we're going to be the team that lets Wolves win. It's the most Man United or Tottenham thing is to let Wolves win. Amorim says Luke Shaw is world class. People, what have West Ham posted? Is this on Insta, X? Let me see what West Ham have posted. Hopefully, they haven't got too cocky. They do treat Man United as their cup final, West Ham. Like, I swear, they can be crap all season and they show up when they play us. West Ham. They've just put Areola's save. Thursday night in Manchester. I mean, they haven't posted anything interesting. I don't think. To know. Wolves haven't scored a goal under Rob Edwards. We don't keep clean sheets. We're going to let Wolves score. But they won't have João Gomez. Luke Shaw isn't world class. Oh, for God's sake. Nah, do you know what? This Luke Shaw is not fat. I don't get the Luke Shaw fat stuff. I've never looked at Luke Shaw and thought, oh, he's fat. I've never looked at him and thought that. Luke Shaw, I think, is world class every now and then, but not permanent class. Like, he has a world class season, a crap season, an injury ridden season, a world class season. Every time there's a World Cup or Euros coming up, here comes world class Luke Shaw. But he's not been picked ahead of this World Cup. I think Tuchel's done with him. They posted on X successful outing. Will they? Well, look, hopefully it won't be a successful outing for West Ham. So let's dive into it. I want to actually talk about one thing that we've improved massively under Ruben Amorim. Set pieces. In the summer, Ruben Amorim sat down with his staff, including his principal assistant and key lieutenant Carlos Fernandez, and together they spelt out the importance of Manchester United getting their act together on set pieces. We actually have the most set piece goals this season. The question is that sustainable? I don't know. But we have improved at set pieces. I also think, when you look at defensive set pieces, since we've taken Bayindir and Onana out of goal, you look at the amount of set piece goals we conceded because of Bayindir idiocy and Onana idiocy. Onana's been dropped from AFCON, interesting. Like, I also think having Bayindir on goal, we shouldn't be as bad. But we are much better at set pieces, and that is one big thing that Ruben Amorim has improved. Luke Shaw's a world-class patient. In the treatment room, according to medical staff, he is. In a Mason Mount. Wolves always get a result against us, even under Fergie. They are a bogey team. They are a bogey team, to be fair. But we have improved at set pieces, so I am going to give Ruben Amorim that. Ruben Amorim was asked if Mainoo is actually going to get a chance to prove his worth, because there's one thing about proving your worth, there's another thing about getting a chance. And he said, we'll see. We could talk about Kobe, we could talk about Garte, he's not playing, Zirkzee's playing because we've had a lot of injuries, and we need to also be clear about that. And football is like that. You need to be ready when the opportunity comes. When the opportunity comes, again, I just want to win. I don't look at faces. I just want to win, and I will choose the best ones. And of course, I think when you have more games, if something happens, you have your chance. You just need to be ready, and you'll be fine. If you're ready, if you play well, I'm not going to take it away from the team for any reason. I just choose for every game the best starting 11, and Kobe's the same with the other guys. So basically, Ruben Amorim was asked if Kobe's going to get a chance to prove his worth. And that's him saying he picks the best starting 11 for every game. And if there's injuries, Kobe will get an opportunity and he needs to be ready for that. So that's all he's saying. But what I will say, in fairness to Kobe, Casemiro's been very key. Bruno is our most important player. But that midfield duo as a collective has been crap. I don't get how that midfield duo is unchangeable, undroppable, when for large parts of this season, it's been crap. So I am quite shocked that Kobe has got as little minutes as he's had this season when I think of how poor the midfield's been at times, to be honest. So we're going to talk about Diego Leon. So we've got some interesting updates coming in on Diego Leon, who is set to go out on loan to Nice. Diego Leon wants first team minutes and is set to go out on loan to Nice. There was talk of maybe Diego Leon getting minutes this season because Dorgu's not been at his very best. And the low hasn't been great. And there was talk that Diego Leon could come in and get an opportunity. There was also talk that Harry Amas could be recalled from Sheffield Wednesday and get an opportunity. That isn't the case. Diego Leon, according to Sully, is set to go out on loan, and Nice are in talks with that. Saku Koenig could go out on loan. Aiden Heaven could go out on loan. But because Diego Leon isn't going to get minutes this season, he is set to go out on loan. Another player there was rumours of him going out on loan but is now set to stay is Shea Lacey. Shea Lacey made the squad versus Everton. Shea Lacey is expected to be in the squad again today. Now, I don't think Shea Lacey is going to make his debut again today, but he's set to be included in the squad. And with AFCON coming up, Shea Lacey, according to Steve Railston, is pushing towards making a senior debut for Manchester United. The youngster has always been one of the most highly rated talents in his age group. And he's expected to make a debut with AFCON coming up. And Shea Lacey, according to Nathan Salt, is a clear frontrunner to make his first team debut between now and January. So Shea Lacey expected to be in the squad. Diego Leon, Sekou Kone, and Aiden Heaven could all be getting loan moves, as what's been said on the youth. It has been said by Chris Wheeler that Amrin is taking a hands-on approach with Shea Lacey's progression towards the first team. Lacey is widely seen as the next one off the conveyor belt of academy talent. He's very highly rated, and Amrin and Lacey have in fact had a lot of one-to-one conversations around the training ground in recent week. And Lacey's increasing involvement in first team training is seen as Ruben Amrin mapping out his route to his first team debut. So very interesting stuff said on Lacey there, that he's almost being prepared to make a debut. Probably not today, but when the players go to AFCON. Do you think Diego Leon should go on loan? I think he should just have a year in England to adapt, but he wants first team minutes already. Why is Heaven being loaned out? Because he's not playing really this season, and Leach is back. So he's not going to play at all. If he's not playing when Leach was injured, he's not really going to play when Leach is back, realistically. I would look at Ogachuko for squad depth. I think he's Burnley's best player. I would want to go and get Anderson, but I'd look at someone like him as an Agata replacement for squad depth because I think he's a good player, and I think he's Burnley's best player. Will Alessandro Martinez start? I don't think he'll start. I think Alessandro Martinez will get 20 minutes off the bench. I'd be very shocked if Alessandro Martinez started, unless he was starting just to play the first half. But I'd be very shocked. I don't think he's going to start, if I was going to be completely honest with you guys. How are you all doing, people? If you've just joined, how are you feeling ahead of tonight's match? I think we should win, but because we should win, and winning means we go fifth, we'll probably... we have a really good opportunity to go fifth, and I feel like whenever there's a good opportunity to climb up the league, we don't take advantage of it. We should win, we need to win. Will we take advantage of it? I don't know. I'm not confident. We concede a goal every game. We miss chances. It's mad. It's also been said that it wouldn't be shocking if JJ Gabriel earns a spot in the senior match day soon. They've been giving him every opportunity, revealed a trusted source. Ruben Amrin's keeping a close eye on him. He can't be in the Premier League match day squad because he's too young. But when the FA Cup comes about, there's a feeling that JJ Gabriel could be named in the squad as well. Ruben Amrin was asked about Martinez, and he says, we got to be careful by managing his minutes, but he's on the way back. We know that Ruben Amrin loves Sandro Martinez, his mentality, his attitude. He's a member of the leadership squad as well. I'm utterly depressed at the idea of United signing Gallagher. I think we'll only do if it's a loan move so we can send him back. Paqueta's out of the game today because he got a silly red card for shouting at the ref. I feel nervous. United like wasting opportunities. We do. This is a really big opportunity to climb the league, so hopefully we don't F it up. I'm buzzing, think Zirkzee will be confident. I think this will be a good game for Zirkzee. Now he's got a goal. The thing is, if Ruben Amrin sets us up to play long ball against West Ham, Zirkzee's going to have a crap game. You can't play long ball against West Ham. West Ham, one of the teams in the league that you physically cannot play long ball against because of the way that they set up and play under Nuno. You can't play long ball against West Ham. If Ruben Amrin sets up against West Ham to play long ball with Zirkzee, he's probably not going to have a good game. He's probably not going to have a good game. But if Ruben Amorim sets up to our players' strengths versus West Ham and we look to exploit West Ham, with Zirkzee being able to go in the pockets and facilitate play, he will have a good game. I think Zirkzee, when he's used right, has been good. Zirkzee was used as a target man in the first half versus Crystal Palace and was atrocious because everyone knows Zirkzee's not a target man. He's not a long ball guy. That is Sesko. In the second half, Ruben Amorim gave Zirkzee the freedom to go into the left half space, and Zirkzee's second half compared to his first half was night and day. It was night and day. Alice, I'm feeling positive. I'm glad you're feeling positive. I think I'm feeling positive. I don't know. I'm quite negative at the moment about United, but we should win this game. We are better than West Ham. We need to win this game. I think we'll win 2-1. I don't think we're going to batter them. I don't think it's going to be easy, but I think we're good enough to get the win over the line. I think we've got a good record at home. West Ham aren't very good. I think we should be able to do the job. But yeah, listen, people, I'm going to wrap up today's live show. Thank you very much for watching today's live show. See you next time. Bye.